I wish to address this to Harry Mountbatten because that's their last name. It's not Windsor. This woman is an imposter, and her name is Windsor Mountbatten. So their last name is Mountbatten, and she's illegal. I wanted to address this to Harry uh, because I saw some things he did, and I also saw it on a Facebook, and I didn't go on into the Facebook page, but it's using it under William and Kate's picture where they're so happy, and why not? But anyway, the name Victoria, Georgia, Alexandra, and then I believe Diana's right below it. So I know she's pregnant, so I don't know if these are names she's chosen or what. I'm Victoria the Second, the legal heir to the British Crown. Georgia, I'm sure she didn't take it from my Aunt Georgia, but Georgia O'Keeffe, American artist, is my aunt. Claudia Ruth O'Keeffe, my mom, was legally wed to my father, King Edward VIII. That's an imposter that married Wallace Simpson, the American spy, and biggest takedown in history. This is my Uncle George, who became illegal George VI. He's my father's brother. I hate to say it. But Joe Kennedy was ambassador to England during that time. Roosevelt appointed him. Here's my uncle, the year I was born, 39, with Roosevelt and his family. They all look happy, don't they? While my father's didn't know they were planning my kidnapping, but he knew they'd taken him down. He's married to my mom. So look at all, history still tells you that my father abdicated and a 99-year seal put on it. That should be enough to tell you something. Anyway, I wanted to say this. Since I've shown this picture, I'll take it down now. This is Elizabeth's brood, and she looks quite happy. There's Charles, William, and I could go on and on. Harry and Andrew and, well, a whole slew of them. Her dad stole it from my father, who helped kidnap me. She's never made any attempt to undo the wrong. I was brought to Moulton, Alabama, and given the name of a twin, Peggy Ann Dempsey Childers. Both twins were dead, and it was worse than a pigsty. While she's flaunting and living off of my money and deciding which castle to live in and which trip to take, I was given antifreeze. I wrote a book, MD License to Kill, 76 to 80. I was given antifreeze April Fool's Day of 80. Should have died. But that's just one of the times in my life that attempts were made on my life. And then I was just put on the side of the road after I worked for the district attorney, Fred Simpson, in Huntsville, Alabama, after the antifreeze, let me tell you. And I could go on with it because it's really, they do not want it told. She's they're talking about the Illuminati and New World Order. That's who she is, her and Charles. Now, my mom supposedly, this was orchestrated by the New World Order, the Illuminati that's in place now, has been. So they orchestrated the whole thing, but the part of it was supposed to be that they didn't tell about my mom. They made out her to be, invented Wallace Simpson and the double that became the Duke and Duchess of Windsor, imposed as they didn't mention me, my birth, and my birthright. I'm Victoria the Second, the legal heir. So my mom, according to them, this is part of the Windsor family. It wasn't the British people. My mother was Catholic American and Irish. Now then, you've got Elizabeth that's come in here. She's very good at manipulating the press and everything, and she doesn't have to answer questions, and she's not getting handcuffed because she's walked and lived on the Appalachian Trail and starved and frozen and had everything in the book done to her, every law, inconceivable law broken. She lived a good life. Gets on a train and goes to she goes where she wants, flies, you name it. She even came through Virginia, where I'm at. Went to the state capitol, Richmond, and made a speech in '07, about the time the mass killings happened at Virginia Tech. I'm the one, while she's flaunting it and living this luxury life, her hat alone would buy. I haven't had clothes in so long. I bought Walmart 2 pair of pants and shirt the last time, and a $20 pair of shoes. How's that? And they love her. People love her. Anyway, if I'm getting off here on this, I wanted to show, while she's doing all this, I am giving away Great Britain. None of the treaties that have signed are legal. I didn't sign them. My dad didn't sign them. They're illegal, like allowing the United States to put all its military bases all over British, and thus using it as a launching pad where the New World Order comes in. The British people did not do this or sanction it. But while she's doing this, I was also doing the book on mind control in 76 to 80. And Larry Flint was shot March of 78 in nearby Lawrenceville, Georgia. And the person that shot him was programmed to shoot him. Now then, he flew me out there. I'm going to fast forward and did this in October of 83 when one of the doctors I wrote about, the U.S. Congressman Larry McDonald, his plane was shot down by the Russians when it veered into their airspace. Nixon was taken off that plane in Juneau, Alaska. It was en route to Seoul, South Korea. Now, you have to wonder why he was taken off. Did they know it was going down? But anyway, Larry Flint flew me up there, and he wrote an article, and the first thing he said to me, I never met him, I just knew because these mind control murders were done in patterns like John Lennon, and there's lists of them. Mind control's invisible, so how would you prove it? But anyway, he flew me out there, and he wrote me up April of 84, and he tells about me knowing who was responsible for his shooting, and he mentions that I have no money. They made a pauper out of me. When the day I was born, I was probably born the most wealthy, or should have been, woman in the world. But instead, I was made one of the poorest. So I wrote about mind control. And by the way, let me show this before it goes. This is my son Mark Eyre and my son Scott and me, long time ago. One of the mind control murders was Mark and Scott Kelly were twins. Remember, they gave me the name of the twin when they brought me here. And Mark is married to Gabby Gifford, and that was in Tucson, Arizona. So I'm going to murders, and he was programmed. Now I want to go to this Victoria, Georgia, Alexandra, Diana. I don't know. I found it under Harry's Google, and Harry was telling about it. And there's a Facebook with Diana and William. Now, William, his great-grandfather is George VI that helped kidnap me. And he's illegal. So here you've got, he named his son George, just flaunting it in your face. And now that Victoria II is me, Georgia is Georgia O'Keeffe, my aunt. Alexandra is my great-grandmother who was married. She's from Denmark, and she was married to my great-grandfather, Edward VII. Now, I know that she didn't mean the George